So when you first started making beer, was this even like a thought process?
So I never imagined it being what it has turned into, for sure. When Bob Wolf was the RA in my dorm at Rice, when he introduced me to home brewing, no idea it was going to turn into this. You know, it's like when you have a hobby, you like dream, wow, could I actually make this into a career?
Yeah.
Nah, that's silly.
Yeah.
But it turns out you can, by the way.
Welcome back to Houston Life. That was a clip from the new season of Eat Like a Local featuring Brock Wagner, who is one of the founders of Saint Arnold Brewing Company. Now, luckily, we are here today with Brock inside the beautiful Saint Arnold restaurant just outside the beer garden where the actual beer gets brewed. Brock, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me this morning.
It's very exciting for us because we know as Houstonians, you know, we're a foodie city. We love our drinks, and you were someone who really brought the craft beer scene to Houston. I'm saying that. I'm calling you like one of the godfathers of craft beer. You laugh, but tell us a little bit about the history of it.
Well, I just outlasted everybody else. But I mean, since I was a little kid, I love food and drink. And I actually started brewing beer when I was a student at Rice University. In fact, it was the RA in the dorm who taught me to homebrew. And yeah, Houston was the largest city in the country that didn't have a craft brewery in the early 90s. So it's like, man, this is going to be easy. And yeah, sure enough, after about 12 years, we were an overnight success. But you know, I really think it's our focus on quality, having great people. That is why we are still here today. And you know, I'm the survivor.
So you're saying that a lot of people kind of had this mentality to get craft brew on the scene, but you're someone who not only have you created Saint Arnold, this place for Houstonians to come and enjoy, but you were involved in legislation of making craft beer available, not just paying for a tour and getting to drink the beer. How did that work? Am I getting that right?
You are. In fact, in the very early days when people said, you know, what would I have done differently? And my answer was, well, I would have opened in someplace other than Texas, because Texas at the time had really unfriendly laws for craft brewers. But you know, here in Houston, I love Houston. I'm a giant promoter of Houston, so we wanted to change that. So starting in about 2006, in the very early days, working with Jessica Farrar in the legislature, we didn't get anywhere, but we kept trying. And finally, in 2013, after many years of trying, we got the right for breweries like us to sell our beer directly to customers who come and visit, because before that time, you could come visit St. Arnold and we gave you beer, but it was free.
Oh, wow.
Which is wonderful for everybody in the city, but a lousy business proposition.
Right.
So, and we also at the same time got the right for brew pubs, which are small breweries that have restaurants, kind of like we do now, got them the right to distribute their beer, because they previously could only sell their beer on their premise. So
Well, you don't give yourself enough credit, because yes, you may have outlasted some of the other people, but you really made a change so that anyone who kind of wanted to get into this business wasn't going to run into the same obstacles that you did.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and it was definitely something that I worked very hard and passionately to achieve. It took, probably one of the reasons that we did achieve it is more breweries opened up, and more, it wasn't just me walking through the legislature, you know, talking to everybody at the Capitol. You know, we had a team of people, and I think that community of brewers was what helped push it past the goal line and get what we have today.
Okay, well now we're way past the goal line. We're sitting down in a spot where people can come and have their beer and be merry, maybe grab a bite to eat. What are you most proud of? Is it a beer flavor or is it something else? Because when I think of St. Arnold, I think of, you know, like lawnmower, fall's coming up, the Pumpkinator, I think of Art Car IPA, but is that what you're most proud of? Like one of those flavors, or is it something else?
I would say the single thing I'm most proud of is the team of people that make St. Arnold. That is what makes everything possible. The quality of the beers, I mean, all of the beers, the food, the innovation that we do, the new beers. just how people interact when they come and visit the brewery, because that hospitality side, we really want to be a welcoming place, and it's the people. And I like to say that I take credit for all the hard work that everybody else here does.
Well, this is Hustle Town, so it makes sense. We're kind of running out of time, a little tight on time. What is a fun fact about this place that maybe Houstonians wouldn't know?
Well, certainly the fact that the brewery building was originally a frozen food warehouse, originally for Cisco and then for HISD. Probably not what people realize, and that it's haunted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come back for Halloween, Brock. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll grab a Pumpkinator and tell
Yeah.
some scary stories.
Bring Ghostbusters.
Okay, I love it. I'm going to have to arrange that. And if you want the whole story about Brock Wagner and Saint Arnold Brewing, be sure that you catch the new episode of the new Eat Like a Local season, which kicks off next Saturday, the 13th at 10 a.m. on KPRC.